back. Today we're going to talk about solving equations with variables on both sides. This is a little bit more complex than what we've been doing in the past, but what I need you to understand is the goal is still the same. And so under the strategies heading, note, we're still asking ourselves, what is our goal? Our goal is to get the variable by itself. So we're trying to get the variable by itself. And so what the strategies are going to formulate themselves around getting that variable by themselves. And so when I look at this first problem here, it's not 1.2x, it's number 1. So it's 2x plus 7 equals 3x plus 2. Normally what we try to do is we try to start making zero pairs and doing those opposite operations to eliminate everything but the x. What I want you to understand is our strategy for solving equations with variables on both sides is going to be eliminate the variable from one of the sides first. Eliminate the variable. Whoops. Eliminate the variable from one of the sides first. What do I mean by that? Let's look at this number 1 and figure out what that looks like. Obviously I have 2x on one side and 3x on the other. If I try to eliminate the variable from one of the sides first, here's what it looks like. I'm going to subtract 2x from this side. Now notice what happens. It is gone from this side. But I must do the same thing to both sides. So I have minus 2x on the other side. Watch what happens here. What I'm left with on the left side is 7. Notice there's no variable on that side any longer. And on this other side I'm left with x, because 3x minus 2x would just be x, plus 2. This is an equation that we can solve. And then I'm going to use zero pairs and opposite operations. So I'm going to subtract 2, make that a big old fat 0, subtract 2, and I'm left with x equals 5. See how I did that? My strategy is to eliminate the variable from one of the sides first. Let's look at number 2, and then I'll leave you with number 3. Number 2 here. I have 4x on one side and x on the other. So I am going to eliminate one of the variable sides first. 4x and x. I'm going to subtract x. And basically what I'm doing is I'm making a zero pair with that variable expression. Okay? And what do I have left? Well, once again, equal to 7. And now I have 3x minus 1. This, once again, is an equation that I can solve. All right? And so I'm going to make a zero pair here. Plus 1. And I must do the same thing to both sides. And so I've got 3x equals, oops, sorry, that's a minus 7. Forgot my negative sign. So 3x equals minus 6. I'll divide by 3 to do that opposite operation. And I end up with x equals negative 2. In general, my strategy is to eliminate the variable on one of the sides first. And I'm going to give you a tip. Try to eliminate the least one. Okay, so in this case, I eliminated the 2x. In this case, I eliminated the 2x. Here I eliminated the x. So it was the one that had the least amount of x. Okay, I want you to try number 3. You try. Ask yourself, if I'm going to eliminate the variable from one of the sides, which one should I pick? All right, try that. Scrolling down here. These are not brand new. These are the kinds of things that we've done before, but I want to look at them a little bit more in depth. Notice I still have a variable on both sides. So I'm going to need to eliminate one. But I've got these pesky little parentheses here that are going to keep me from doing it straight away. So I'm going to use the distributive property. And of course I need to remember that's creating two products. So I have 5 times 2w minus 5 times 7, okay, equals 6w plus 13. Now, this is 10w minus 35 equals 6w plus 13. You see what I've got here? It looks a lot like these ones up here now, right? I have a variable on both sides, so my strategy is to eliminate the variable from one of the sides first. So I'm going to pick the least. 10w, 6w, 6w is the least. I'll subtract 6w from both sides. It is gone on this side. I'm left with 13. 4w minus 35 equals 13. This is an equation I know how to solve. So I'll do 0 pairs. (4w) equals 48, and then I'll perform opposite operations. W equals 12. Okay, you see how that works? All of it is playing into this fact that we're trying to get the variable by itself. I want you to try number 5 on your own, and thanks for watching. Remember those strategies.